what I'm doing now. Now I'm in my car, and I'm just loving the day. So it was just that change in attitude that made a big difference in my life. One morning I woke up, and I was running out of money, and I had some work in about 3 days, and I had a half tank of gas, and I didn't know how I was going to make it. So I woke up, and I kept my Bible and a couple devotionals in my car every morning. And I'd say some prayers and read some things to try to keep a right mindset and just stay living in today. And I said, all right, God, some people say don't test you, some people say test you. I don't know, but you said you'd take care of the lilies of the field and the birds in the air. Now's a good time to, kind of take care of me. I'm not trying to test you, but I don't know how this is going to work out. I went to the rec center on Concord Road, and there was a lady there, Mandy Green, that used to work in the little cafe they have. And I was talking to her, and she was going through some tough times herself. And we'd encourage each other. And I just told her, I'm just going to trust God. When I came out from taking a shower and said goodbye to her, she stopped me, gave me $5 a bag of pretzels, a yogurt, and an orange juice. And I went out to my car and cried and wrote about it. Because I didn't want to forget that. To me, that was a miracle. That was a way that I saw that there was no way before. And it was just, that's all I needed. And things worked out from that point. A week later, I was pet sitting for a friend of mine. Got a beautiful $1 million home. I mean, just beautiful place with a pool in the back. They were gone for a week. I was living like a millionaire. Didn't even have to work for it. Well, when they came back, I was back in my car. And I sat in my car that first night, and the seat's back, and I'm looking through the sunroof. And it's one of those nights where the white clouds are going over the moon. And I looked up and I thought, hey, that millionaire doesn't have this view that I have in my car. This is remarkable. And I just found things to be grateful for. So eventually I went on. I got some seasonal work, some jobs, and I was playing some gigs, playing music in bars, and got a place with a roommate, then got my own place. And even then, since I was doing seasonal work, I hit this spot where the seasonal work ended, and I just got in fear. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. I should have looked for a job, but I was just scared. And so I waited till I was just about out of food. And I thought, okay, I have to do something. I can't, I need help. And I went and got food stamps. Now, they don't just give you food stamps. I mean, if you've ever gotten food stamps before, you have to prove that you need it. You have to show them your bank account statements, your rent lease. I mean, what are your expenses? They look at all this before they give you food stamps. And then when they give you them, they say, you're approved. Your food stamp thing will be in the mail in a week. Well, I'm out of food. I need food now. Luckily, she said, but you can go to Graceworks. They're just across the street, and they'll give you food. And I thought, man, I used to volunteer at Graceworks. I want to be, it just felt funny, but man, I needed food. So I went to Graceworks with all that paperwork, and I showed it to them, and they gave me a basket of food, and they paid my electric bill. More importantly, they gave me hope and love and dignity. I can't tell you, that's another time when I didn't know how those things were going to mesh together. I didn't see the way out, but it was there. I had to ask, and they were there for me. And, by the grace of God, I haven't been back to that point where I've needed that. It's the time in my life for me to start giving back. People that have come before all of us here have let their light shine where it's affected people like me. And I'll tell you, the life I would have missed. How I moved to Nashville to travel the world playing music? I mean, trust me, I have a 20-year-old car in the parking lot. But at the same time, in that 7-year period, I've gone to Acapulco in a private jet to play music for some people. And they set me up in one of the rooms in their villa with these people that would, you leave in the morning, you come back and your laundry's done, your bed's made, and they have supper on the table. It's incredible. I made myself a cup of coffee one time, and one of the servants got yelled at for it was just, I've been to Australia. I walked into Indian River. It was incredible. I was dog sledding in Colorado. I would have missed the most remarkable times in my life if I had a newer car, quite frankly. And so it's really, there's just something about that whole God and Spirit thing that I can't explain, but I'm a lucky guy. And what's happened to me is my life today is really, the man in the mirror has changed. You know, I've changed. But I've changed because of people like you in this room. My business has started today because 5 years ago, a businessman sat down with me and showed me how to start a business and how to market that business. You know, I'm sober today because several people helped me out and would take my phone calls. You know, a lot of times, I'm not looking for just a free handout, but I do need a hand. And heck, I grew up with Clint Eastwood and John Wayne, you know, I mean, make my day. I should be able to handle it. I'm a man. I had to learn in life I can't handle these things. So, you guys are making a difference, and whether you see it or not, you know, I'm a reflection of that difference you're making. And someone's going to be up here in years to come that you've helped through what you've done tonight, and what all the volunteers and all the workers at Graceworks done. You know, you're changing lives of people. And sometimes it's a great thing to know just somebody cares. So I'm going to play. Do I got time to play a quick song? I was rambling on. I don't want to cut into Restless Hearts time. I'll get, you know, booed off stage. I'm going to tell you a quick story about this. The song is called Trading in One Spirit for Another. And one day when I was at St. Ignatius Church, where Father Gordon Walker is, I was talking to a guy out front, and he told me after the Civil War on Paytonsville Road, a contingent of Texas soldiers settled there. And he said they were a wild bunch. I mean, they made moonshine. And he told me up to 50 years ago, the sheriff really would rather not go in that area because it was such a wild area. And but he said nowadays, you look around, there's $1 million homes and there's churches going up. He said, you know, it's like someone traded in one spirit for another. And I thought, you know, my mom's favorite songwriter should write a song about that. So here it is. He woke up Sunday morning, wishing it would all just end. He promised he'd quit drinking, and he's trying time and again. He says a prayer that he learned as a child from his mother. He's trading in one spirit for another. Now he's working on the 12 steps, living one day at